We're back. Some Football Manager. Waiting on the refresh. Hoping that notification goes out, and it looks like it will. Any day now. Come on, Twitch. There we go. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. Oh, dude, I love the echo when we do that. All right. We're good. We're here. I think the mic problems from last stream got fixed for the most part. We're ready to play some Football Manager. Turn this up a little bit. Turn this down a little bit. I think we are ready to rock and roll in this save. Playing Palermo. 19 games in, 39 points. 3 points clear of 5th place. We got to keep the dream alive here. We're going to be playing Frosinone, Bologna, Napoli, and Empoli. And we've got money to spend, but I don't know how to spend it. That's awkward. Kind of want to see if we can buy some of these players potentially. We're gonna have to save. Herbe, not very happy with him. I just realized I just praised Aristitanio like a dumbass. Got Miguel. Now, what is Alfie's contract again? Way too expensive. Dogu, how you doing, Dogu? It's nice to see you. It might have been a bit since I saw the message, but how are you doing? We just got started here. Attend the press conference. What do you do such a good record? I don't know why. I've never been too sure. Do you think there's a psychological advantage maintaining these runs? If it runs away in the next match and we don't have a record, nobody's going to care. Should we expect to see an attacking approach? Always. Yes, I think he's a great person. I think Scalvini's a great defender. We've thoroughly prepared for both fixtures. JK, I haven't prepared for nothing, but we're not going to tell him that in the press conference. And Diaz is happy. We got the Coppa Italia coming up in between these two Serie A games. Doing good? Oh, that's good. I'm doing good as well. I'm happy to play some Football Manager. It's Friday. I'm super excited. It's Friday. Oh. They only bid 1.8 million for this kid? He's so not worth it, though. Yeah, that's a Colombian goalkeeper that our scout picked up and says he's not good, but all the major clubs in Europe want him, which is kind of weird. We won't be able to outbid them. But it's interesting to watch unfold. So we'll see. Our goal is to stay in the top 4 right now, right? So we're gonna stay in the top 4. We're in 4th place. We're 3 points clear. We've got to not drop points in this back half of the season. Coming out of January is gonna be really, really, really hard, right? It's not gonna be simple. So we're gonna have to make sure that we do our due diligence here to not drop easy points. So Roma win, Inter Milan win, Juve win, Lazio win. That's gonna put the pressure on us with Lazio. Where we're focused on Lazio and Napoli, they're kind of in the running with us to like figure out where that fourth spot's gonna be. Like, is it gonna be us, Napoli, Lazio? It's a 3-horse race, essentially. We're gonna see how it goes. Napoli plays Milan. That's good. Milan's kind of ran away from us at this point. So I'd prefer them to take all the points and let Napoli suffer. Now, Hertha have made an offer of 18 for Ruggeri. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. I don't know that Ruggeri's worth the money in his contract. Cavalleri's decreased in capability, but he's still worth some money. We're gonna play him in the cup game. So Ndicka can come back in. We promised to offer you a new contract. Yeah, we did, didn't we? We'll make sure we do that. Man, Diaz has not been improving. What has he been doing in his training? Can I make you more of a complete forward? Try to do that to get you more training stuff. Maldini, Cancellieri, Raimondo, I think that's all fair. I don't think we really change anything here. Take you off the bend. Davina is a physical specimen at 5'7". Not really gifted anywhere else though. Yeah, so we want to make sure that we play Bove more because we have to hit 30 matches with him, so... we'll do that. Where did I look at, contract clauses again? No, I want... yeah, clauses. Where is... he's on 30 matches played. Yeah, so Pisa will be due 1 million for Leverbe, which I don't want to pay because we're gonna get rid of him. And Pirola, we don't want to hit the 30 matches with him, so we're gonna swap him and Leverbe out, essentially. Let's go back to the screen. I think we've got that sorted. We got Raimondo, Maldini. We're going to play the best people that we have available to us. Throw the trust statements around. Hit the kickoff, and let's play a freaking game, huh? Why do I seem so dark? Let's see if we can fix this. Where are we? There we go. That's a little better. Maybe that'll stay that way. All right. We need to get 3 points here. There's no excuse. We need all 3 points. We're playing at home. 1 shot so far, 74% possession, only 5 minutes played. They've got 3 at the back. This is not going to be easy. They are a good side, too. And Savage is a really good goalkeeper, and Raspadori is great. Actually, this is a guy we wanted to buy. And he's wanted by, like, everybody. And Inter bid 49 million for him. I don't know that we're going to be able to throw our hat in the ring with that. Unfortunately. Gutierrez. Nicolo. Oh, that's a clear foul. Give me the penalty! Damn it. Nicolo. Oh! Nicolo again. Throw in. Another highlight for us, Gutierrez. Maldini tripped in the exact same spot. It's almost like the game wants to replay the same thing again. And it looks like we will. And Nicolo will probably take this free kick. And we will go to the far post, hopefully. And Cancellieri can't do anything with that. Two shots, 2 on target, 20 minutes in, still have good possession, still have the highlight. Dest loses the ball. Oh, come on, guys. You can't let them do this. Can we close it down a bit? Getting to the far side of the pitch. Raspadori in through and Dick. Wow, you just gave him the ball. It's not very smart. 2 shots, 61% so far. Come on now. Literally another free kick. From that top side. Raspadori is really scary. Okay. Gutierrez on a terrible run through the middle of the park. Found Raimondo. Maldini finds Cancellieri on side on the far side. And he's easily dispatched. And that attack is almost over as fast as it started. A crazy ball by Raimondo there. I'm not really sure. I'm not liking how we're playing, honestly. 30 minutes in, we don't really have any definitive moments of, like, good play. We're just playing okay. And they're looking almost as threatening as we are. Like, that was almost a toe poke goal in by Raspadori there on the line. I think their XG is actually now higher than ours. They're playing with a deep line playmaker. They're playing with 3 at the front. They're playing... Okay, let's do this. Let's turn on the pass into space. Let's turn this off. See if we can play more on the wings. Spread them out a bit. They got 3 yellow cards, though. Bove on a yellow, though, is kind of annoying. Titas, not sure why he hit it all the way forward that way, but that's okay. Oh, they got in behind me. Wow! Trying to give me a heart attack or what? Crap defending. Focus. We're not playing well. So we can bring on Diaz. The question is, do we go like play 2 strikers up front and go narrow, or do we like do something else, right? That's what I don't really know. Maybe go super aggressive with a 4-2-3-1. And try to overwhelm them that way. That might not be a bad idea, actually. Oh, great run by Cancellieri. But he just can't finish the ball. Come on. That was the best shot we've had all game. And Dicko is going to hit that way over top. Gutierrez to Bove, Nicolo, Maldini, back to Bove. If we switch to a 4-2-3-1, that would be better for us also in terms of like taking Bove off the field with the yellow. So maybe we do that and bring on... Well, I'm going to think about this because we bring on Diaz... I'd rather run 2 strikers than run him out wide in a 4-2-3-1, and then we're taking Maldini off who plays in that central role. So maybe we don't do that. Maybe we bring on Emmanuel and Diaz. And Arisa Tadio. I want to do this. Take that off. Come into here. And if we run this... And keep you as a wing back. And you as a wing back. And then let's do this. Go attacking. Put you back on support. We've had 14 shots, 5 on target, a 1-1-3 XG. We don't have the goal though, and we're 70 minutes in. This is starting to make me nervous. We look like a fish out of water right now. Are you kidding me? Really? The whole freaking game, and we make one mistake like that, now we're behind. I'm berating the team because we're just absolute garbo if that's the way we just gave the ball away in the midfield in transition, and now they're going to absolutely murder us again. Getting 1 point, 0 points is the same to us. We need a win, and so I need 2 goals. Oh my god. Well, this was not a great game to start off with. Dest with the ball now. Broke free on that side. Crosses it to Raimondo, who just gives it straight to the goalkeeper. Without any issue. So it's very likely here that we will lose this game. Despite having 17 shots. They've had 1 shot on target, which is their lone goal. This sucks so much. And he's almost in again. We're going to throw the water bottle, actually. We're going to do that. This is abysmal. I don't even care if we draw it. We're throwing the water bottle. This should have been a win. There's no excuse for this. I would rather not draw right now. I'd rather get the loss so I can throw the water bottle. Like, getting a goal here is only just going to make me more upset. We needed a win. We're gonna kill everybody. Thrash Arms, you were terrible. Demotivate everyone. We played like shit. There we go. 20 games played, and now we may not even get to hold on to 4th spot. What an absolute nightmare of a result. Looks like we're going to be stuck in Europa League again. And Milan did the business away, and we couldn't capitalize on that whatsoever. That really sucks. Because if we had that, and then we beat Napoli in our head-to-head coming up, we could have gotten 6 points clear. But now we're going to be right up there, with them literally breathing down our neck and being right up our ass. So that is not going to be straightforward. Moran joined Liverpool. What a waste of money by them. Okay, he's in talks with Hertha, so we have to make a move on Ruggeri now. We don't have a choice. So let's go do that. I want to give you a little bit more money than what they offered you. I add a give your agent a fuck ton of money. Will that work? What can I give you? All right. That kind of broke the bank a bit, but we have to make an effort. So Laverbe is transfer listed and loan listed. We knew that was coming, and we're okay with that. What are you expecting in your last head-to-head? We're confident. I never want to rave from a challenge. We may not do well in them, but we're going to try anyway. Bearing in mind your congested fixture list, yeah, we'll have to make some changes. How your players respond to the disappointment. It's important that we respond to these setbacks. That's interesting. He's asked to be transfer listed. Well, we didn't know we were going to spend our money on him. We were trying to spend it on Ruggeri, and I don't know if that's really the smartest decision we could do, but it's a decision we have to do. On the left side, we've got Gutierrez as a go-to starter with Dest able to kind of start on the right because he can play both sides. Bringing in Ruggeri puts him over there on the left with Gutierrez, and then we really have Dest on the right with Oh, where is he? Fiorentina over there too. We can play both sides. Inter destroy Monza. And Milan have made an offer. Yeah, I will accept that. I will accept that as well. Both good moves to offload Laverbe. Borello gonna start this one. How's this kid been doing? Has he been developing at all? He kind of has, but not really like a lot. But he is getting better. We're gonna bring in Pirola and Dallamura. Cavallari comes in. Risatanio gonna come in. Where's Diaz? Diaz gonna come in. We're gonna run Bell as well. Offering Riccardi out. I think that's all we need to do here. Yeah, that's all we need to do here. Let's go to the match. Caputo. This match we should be winning. I realized I didn't change out Dest or Gutierrez, so that's going to be annoying because we're going to have to not be able to use them in the next game. We'll bring on Fiordalicio for one of those. Diaz to Bell. Aristotanio one-timed it. Bell lost the header, picks the ball back up. No excuses. We should win this game, but it's the Coppa Italia. We don't really care about it, so I'm not going to be upset if we do lose. But from a morale point of view, we should be winning this. And from a quality point of view, we should be winning this, so we should win. We should hope to win, but I'm not going to push for the win if it doesn't materialize, right? The more important game is the league game. He just dribbled right past all my dudes. With Milan's bid, by the way, on Ruggeri, I think we lost him, and I'm not super upset about that because we don't really need him. I've been wanting him for a while, so from that perspective, that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is sometimes, you know? Bove. Nicolo. Oh, that's a crazy goal by Cavalieri there. What the hell was that? The dude jumps up and one-times it from way outside the area. The 17-year-old. Look at this. On the volley. That's awesome. They get 3 yellow cards in a row, which is a little surprising. I missed the phone call, but that's all right. Dest, Delamura, Borello, Dest. Oh my god, Bove, that was a clear, blatant foul. And he's done that once or twice where he's gotten a red card for that. Great ball to Diaz, and he just got tied up with the defender there. Oh no, Diaz got injured. Shit. Well, Delamura gonna get on the score sheet. What's his problem? What can we do? Can he play out the half? Let's see if we can just force the issue. Maybe he'll be able to come back. Oh, he's not coming back. All right. Maldini's gonna have to play 3 games in a row now. So we are up 2-0. Now, wow, he's just dribbling the whole way, isn't he? Because we're up now, I kind of want to... lower the tempo a bit. Bring that down. Bring the tempo down a bit. Give the guys a bit of a relaxation here. This should, yeah, our intensity came way down. Dressing room and say I'm happy. And then Dest is gonna come off. Forgot to do this. Fiordalicio can go on. Fiordalicio. We've had to use 2 subs. One for the injured Diaz. Hopefully his injury's not that bad. Gashed lower leg usually is like a week or less recovery. Big ball to Maldini. Back to Nicolo. Finding Bell, who skies it. I don't really want to bring Bell back on loan. He's really not that great. I mean, he's great, but he's just not like... He's filling up an EU slot, and I don't need a good striker right now. I need some other stuff, so I don't think he's a good fit for next year. He filled a gap this year, though. Big ball to Fiordalicio. Terrible ball back to Cavalieri. Oh, that's a crazy curler. Perfect Sanyo gets a goal, 3-0. We're going to comfortably win this one like we knew we should have. Would have been nice if we started the stream with a win in the game that actually mattered, which was the league game. This is a Cup Italia round, so while it is good to go through, it's not a priority for us, really. It's more in the way. Well, we've got 3 goals in the first 55 minutes. Bove does what Bove does best, which is get a yellow card. Is that the Odger? It is. Why can't I click his name? And they're going to send off Lukaku. Yes, that is good old Odger. He was with us till 2024. He was there 4 seasons. Left on a free to Frosinone, and he's been doing pretty good for himself. He made it all the way to Serie A with us. It's nice to see Odger again. Yeah, Luca Ranieri can take that. Oh! Almost sneaking that one in. Maldini. This should be a very boring end to the game. They are a man down. Now, what we're going to be able to field for the match on the weekend 3 days after this one is going to be interesting, to say the least. The story, though, is Cavalieri getting that crazy strike at the beginning of the game at 17 years old. A volley from outside the area as a midfielder. Incredible. We've got 3 minutes of added time that almost look like it's ending. Sato Di Gregorio, come on, go up and challenge for the ball. Let him kick it away. Ref, blow the whistle. Thank you. We hit the dressing room. I'm pleased with the win. We will move on in the Coppa Italia. We've got 2 huge matches. We've got 2 days of break for the Napoli game, 3 days between now and the Bologna game. Big league games. And he's out for a while with a gash leg, and that's really gonna hurt. Let's go attend this press conference. How good was Dallamura? He was awesome. Diurno can do well for the Fidelis. I don't really care. That's the God's honest truth. I don't care about players that are not here right now. We will play Roma in the Coppa Italia Fantadraw. Quarterfinal with Roma. We should have no problem dispatching Roma. So we're gonna cruise on along here. I like how they think Di Napoli's gonna be so great and he's just not actually that good. Move him to the U20s. No. So Ruggeri's on a contract. We're waiting to see if he's going to go with us or Milan. Lazio beat Torino in the Coppa Italia. They're the other side of the bracket with against someone else. We don't know who that is yet. Whoa, 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 wait. Why are you loading game? You just saved the game. I'm so confused on what just happened there. I'm really lost. That was weird. We'll ignore it. Hey, no one's on the naughty list. Inter win. We knew that was going to happen. So, 2 major games, right? We got 2 league games with 2 days apart. Napoli, Lazio, and ourselves are fighting for 4th place, and the Napoli game is super critical that we win that. And we really need to get 6 points from those 2 encounters. I mean, Luca, we listed you for loan. It's not my fault that nobody wants you. Yeah, Maldini's going to be a difference maker for sure. Yeah, he's great as well. Why the hell not? What is going on today? I clicked something and it just closed. Oh, great. Well, we'll treat you at the club because I need you for the Napoli game. Juventus play Napoli. So hopefully they do us a solid and bump them further down. We really need to make sure we do well because Lazio look like they could usurp us into 4th place. And we are still not at a quality level to be competing for the title yet whatsoever. It's very obvious 2 Milans are far better off than we are. And Juventus do the business in that match. And so Napoli on 21 with 36 points. So we won't drop to 6th, but we really want 4th. We got to hold on to this as best as we can. It is not going to be easy. We need all 6 points from these 2 matches right now. We really do. Lima. Nope. Djekic. Very aggressive player. No. Everton we don't care about. We don't care about that kid either. Let's move on. Who's he wanted by? Leeds and Bologna? Not really that interested. 6'5". Big striker. Jumping reach is 17, heading at 15. Good target, folk. We're not going to play that, though. This kid I would like to get. He can dribble. He's got good finishing. Halfway decently anyway. He's selfish though. What's his personality type? Balanced. We'll add him to the short list and attack, but I don't think we're going to make a move on him today. Too old. One dimensional, only plays on one side, and he's inverted on that side too. No thanks. Kerwin Vargas we've been looking at for a while. But we don't have a slot for him because he's outside of Europe. We have other folks that are better to fill that. Great player, but once again, I don't have a slot for him. Senegalese, no. Definitely no. Decent German. 22. We don't need a center back though, but it's nice to know that he exists. Okay, let's he's only knows 16 about that, so who can we give? Have you found anybody, Lucius, that's actually good? Not really. Where's Vucevic? Until full knowledge. All right, we got the window slamming shut too. And Inter have signed Raspadori for 49 on 7.5. Jesus, that's a big move. This guy did so well. Honestly, we should have tried to get him much earlier. But we had never really quite worked out for us. Financially. We never really could afford him. And then he blew up and got really good. And got snapped up. He's basically a better version of Raimondo. He's got that extra edge that Raimondo doesn't have. Diaz is injured. We don't need to bring in Fiordalicio. We need to bring in Pitas again. Bell can play out wide. I don't know what I want to do now. I don't want to run Maldini again. I really don't know what to do here. Ideally, I'd put Diaz in, but I don't have him anymore. Shit. We'll run this. Bove on defend. Do this. Give Nicolo a break. I'm trying to, like, spread out my talent between this and the next game while maximizing my chances of winning, right? Both matches. So I think that's all we can do here. Turn that off. Let's go try this. We are the favorites. Say we have the faith, because we do. We should be able to win this match. Let's go out and do that. Let's turn this frown upside down, as they would say. What foot it is, Raimondo, again? Yeah, we're flipping you. All right, let's see what we can do here. Playing a narrow 4-3-1-2 against this 4-2-3-1. Once again, playing at home. Great slide. Great ball in by Raimondo. Orsolini with the ball now. We need to get 6 points here, and we need to get we need to get 6 points here in this next set of 2 games, right? So we need to win this. And we need to somehow win it in a way where we're not going to be exhausted for the next match with Napoli, because that is literally only 2 days away. We did not look so hot in that highlight. Dalamura dribbles forward, gives it to Devine, finds Raimondo, who's beating his man. If it's back, plenty of people in the box. Fiordalicio running up the right side. Let's get this ball in the middle. It's not what I was hoping for. It was a little delayed and late. I was hoping for a cross of some kind. Highlight ends. Pirola holds up the ball, and Mauricio went for glory there and went way over. So, we're not looking too bad. My biggest concern, like I said, is fitness levels, because we got to do well in both this and the next game. And the rain just immediately starts. The rain just started pouring out of nowhere on the screen. Just like that, we're in a difficult moment. Lovato with a yellow. 4-3 XG. We got double the XG they do. 5 shots, 2 on target. We're maintaining possession pretty well. We got 27 minutes played. Great. Oh my god, Raimondo, what are you doing? We get a 0.72 XG. Another highlight. Biragi gonna throw that forward. To get it back to the goalkeeper, who's way out of position there. Big ball to Bell. Cut back, Bell. There you go. Great job. Raimondo blocked by the defender. I really can't fault the boys here. We got 0.92 XG, 55% possession. That early demoralizing goal is not materialized in this first half. Oh my god. Jesus. Because that's the thing, like, we dominate in terms of, like, the statistics, and you watch a highlight and you're, like, super nervous. You're like, holy crap, that was a really good chance. Out of nothing. Devine. Another opportunity, come on, Devine. Okay, fine. Cavalieri, Bove, the 17-year-old, back to Raspadori, and oh my lord, the goalkeeper did a great job saving that one. Whip the ball in. Hopefully he goes near post. He does. Dybala, and the goalkeeper stops that as well. Can't fault the guys for a lack of trying. Oh, Devine with a toe poke, but it goes over. Bell with the ball. The rain is not fun to watch, and it's probably not helping at all. Yeeted forward by the keeper. Dybala picks that up in the backfield. Fiorentina back to Pirola. We can play Pirola now because we can't play Laverbe because we don't want to activate his clause. He's one game away from that, and we've only got 28 games before we activate the clause for Pirola, but that should be enough. And Raimondo had an opportunity to put us in front and screwed it up as per usual. I need you in the midfield to step up, boys. Come on. It's pouring rain. We should be able to do this. Let's encourage. No excuses. We're playing through the middle. We're closing them down. Love it's a high pressing game, and you just watch my dude just like nonchalantly watch the guy sit there with the ball. Delicio finds Devine. Raimondo gets a goal. Let's go. Woohoo! And the man does a cartwheel, and he deserves that cartwheel. Defender gave it away. Raimondo runs out to get the ball. The post helps him get that in. We don't care how it looks like or how ugly it is. We needed it, and we got it. So let's praise the lads for that. They deserve that. Delamer, we're going to leave on. We're burning him to the ground because he will not play the next game. Bell now. That was a good give and go, and then Bell just screwed it up. Recklessly giving it away. I want to take Gutierrez off. And I think that's it. I don't think we need to take anybody really off in terms of like saving them for the next match. Orsolini denied by the post. That was a really scary thing there with Titas. And Bell is tripped. Free kick to Palermo. And we should bring off Gutierrez. Let's do that. We'll bring in Ranieri over there. Run him. Bell in the middle, and the goalkeeper got hands to it. Wisdom, Mr. Ami. Wisdom, we've been trying to sign him. Have not been successful for 3 seasons now. There's no way he's onside. The ref does blow the whistle. The linesman raised the flag. Bell with holding up the ball again. Aristanio. Bove. Devine with a through ball to Raimondo. One-on-one with the keeper. Went to the left side to use his left foot. The defender was able to catch back up with him for doing that. That would have been a great job there, but nothing out of that either. Devine all the way in the back. Surges forward, looks for Aristanio, gets the ball back up again, and I don't know why that happened the way it did, but it did. We're going to let him sit on the field too and just burn him out as well. I don't like holding on to a 1-0 lead. I would like to have another goal, considering we have 17 shots and 9 on target with a 1.9 XG. This is what I dislike so much sometimes, is being this, like, on the edge, this 1-0 up. But free kick, come on. Oh. Why did you even go for that? I'm a little confused. I'm not gonna mark Orsolini. The dude's got a frowny face. He's on a 6'3". Why am I marking him? He's not doing anything. So thank you, assistant coach. I don't need your help. So, well, that's a great ball. And he slots that one home to the near post. 90th minute, +2. Aristanio is going to give us a 2-0 lead here with 1 minute left of extra time. That's a great ball up by the keeper. Bell flicks that on. Aristanio is there. The defense is totally out of whack back there. Not prepared. He had tons of time, a lot of space, was able to find that opening. I've never seen a player do that. I just saw Delamura literally back heel kick that to clear it. That's got to be like a visual glitch in the Matrix, so to speak. I don't know what else it could possibly be. And the game is going to end here. And we will take that. We needed to do this. It was very important. We got 2 goals. We win 2-0. Nice work, everyone. Now the real match, the match that super matters right now, is the one against Napoli that comes up literally in 2 days. So we're 21 games in, 42 points. And we have to do the business against Napoli and try to maintain our lead against not only them, but also Lazio, who's right on our heels here. We're still just not good enough to be in the top 3. The 2 Milans and Juventus are still a cut above, but we're going to try to fix that hopefully in a little bit. We will praise Devine. Let's attend this press conference. I can't wipe the smile off my face. I'm happy we got a win. We needed it. After losing the Sassuolo, we needed this win. Yeah, he was awesome. How impressed with you with Raimondo, who's scoring a goal every 85 minutes? Well, the last time you asked me this question, it was every 72 minutes. He's got plenty to offer. Can we talk about Palermo, please? No, nobody wants to talk about Palermo? Good, press conference is over. 2 days. We've got 2 freaking stinking days left of training before we hit Napoli, and then we've got 4 days, and then we've got the end of the transfer window, and we've got a bid out to Ruggeri, and I don't know that we're going to be able to snipe him because Milan also offered him a contract. Fringe player, wide center back. Who bid for him? Nice? Ah, it's not worth it. Jorginho. Transposed by request. We're not paying his wage. I just know that. I'm not even going to entertain the idea of looking up what his wage is. All right. Training still looks okay. Milan win 2. So who's in the relegation zone? It's Venezia, Empoli, Torino. Very interesting in the bottom part of the table. Roma really struggling. They're in 11th place. 21 games played. They've fallen off a cliff. They've had a lot of big sales from selling a lot of good players, and then we've taken their bright talent Cancellieri and have locked him in for loan after loan after loan. And this is the mountain of money that we have slowly accumulated and have tried to continue to climb with, right? So the financial status of the club was kind of touch and go. And since we've been in Serie A, it's gotten massive. We're going to ask to increase next season's transfer budget. We're going to ask to improve a bunch of facilities. We are waiting to see what Ruggeri does with his contract. Gutierrez is out with a tight hamstring. That is not what we wanted to see, because that means he won't be able to play against Napoli. Start the press conference. Do you feel your ambitions are matched by the chairperson? I'm confident. What impact do you think the good performance last match will have on this fixture? This is where we want to set the bar. We need to continue with momentum here. He's a good player. We can stop. How do you think your team is one of the best tag players in the league? It all starts with hard work. You put together quite the run of form. What's the secret? We play well away from home. We don't care. Offers my thoughts on team building. My team building is I want to get what I can afford. I don't care about anybody else's set. And Milan will sign Ruggeri with 17.75 on a 3-point. That's so why did you ask for so much money from me? I am poor as dirt. He wanted a $4.2 million contract from us. And Milan come in and offer him 3.2. What a joke. There we go. He can leave. He went to Lorient, which is the French one, which means that's an optional buy, not a mandatory buy. We're waiting for those board requests. What do you mean you have the flu? I needed to use you for this game too. Son of a bitch. Liverpool's Henderson. Oh my god, my board members are just dumb. Well, they agreed on one of the things. So out of the 3 board requests, we got one of them. And it was the one I didn't want at all. Really sucks. All right, let's see what we can do in the market here because we lost out on what's his face. California wouldn't be that bad to have. We can get California and Wisdom next year. That would be not a bad idea. Scout him again. Okay, he's no longer on an end of contract. Tito, we know who Tito is. Martinez. Not bothering with him. He gets an F. I've never seen anybody get an F. We're gonna spend some time here to just clean up these lists. Yeah, they want almost no money for this guy. Rescout him again. Piccoli, we don't care about. Wisdom, we know about him. He's wanted by Dortmund. Yeah, too expensive. See what that kid's been up to. We haven't looked at him in a while. We know Ruggeri just moved. Colombo, not that great. He's not gonna want to come play for us. We're gonna try it anyway. Maybe we can bring Luca back. Scoutberg again, Yusuf. Another playmaker. Franco, we definitely want, period. And Sabella is one of those where, like, we can probably use him for sure. So we want those two in the summer. He just moved to Villa, so we gotta take him off the list. He's too old. Paulo Romelo. This guy's interesting, but I don't know what to do with him. I don't need somebody in the AMC position that's going to be a playmaker. He can dribble, but he can't cross. He can't finish. Vision, great passing, great physicality. Like, he'd be better sitting here. Maybe we could do that with him, but... This was the Portuguese guy again. Of course, no one's really found anything of value either. We got Yoshida over here. He got picked up by Napoli for how much? 21. That's a shame. Joey Monks hasn't really found anything. None of these guys are like good. They're just like so-so. They want way too much money for this kid. Tonino Cruz. Mitzi doesn't really have anything either. Board technique, no thanks. Not really a lot from the scouting department this year of value whatsoever. No adaptability. Alfonso. I wouldn't mind having Alfonso. Who's this guy again? He was the Italian guy, that's right. Sergio. Can I get somebody who's better than that? You want to be a scout, buddy? Nope. He's a technical director. Nope. Alright, we tried. We fucked that up, but that's okay. We're gonna try it again later. Let's go play this Napoli game. The Heat injured. Albini, Manuel. Best. Indica comes in. Scalvini goes in. And then Riccardi, I guess, is gonna have to go in here because I don't have anybody else that can play that position. Oh, we're running on fumes. The best I can field. Fiorentina is also fucked too. All I'm gonna be able to do. All right. I don't really have any options, and this is what we're gonna have to run with, which I don't like, but I don't really have a choice here. The congestion has really kind of hurt me with some of these injuries too. So we're just gonna submit this, run with the ball. Potential big match here. Hit the dressing room. We have nothing to lose, except we don't want to lose 4th place. So let's go out there, kick some ass. Encourage the lads. Come on, let's go. We need to get these 3 points against Napoli. To be honest with you, I have no idea how we're going to do this. I think we drew them at the beginning of the year. Why did you not steal the ball there? That's what I don't understand. Okay. So far, 8 minutes played, and it's all Napoli. Maldini almost was able to steal that back. Great slide tackle. I don't know how Indica was able to pull it off without getting a card. That was very sketchy. Lazio Inter are ahead 1-0. Since they have the inverted wingback on the left side, I want to push the left side. Vitas knocks it forward. We have almost no possession right now. Push that back a bit. We're giving them too much space behind the line by pressing too high up. And so we're compressed. Oh my god, how is he free like that? What the hell is that defensively? Totally caught out here. Sitting on Indica, who just couldn't get to him. I really have no answer to this. And that one goes right off the bar. We have 0 possession in this game. Anytime we get the ball, we immediately lose it. That was the opportunity of a lifetime there, Cancellieri, and you fucked it up. Oh. I kind of want to punch them through the middle. Put you on support. Cancellieri's free. Oh, you cracked it again off the bar! Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna play very one-dimensional. We're gonna try to punch a hole right through the middle. Their midfielders are exhausted. They only have 2. They're playing really wide. And they got 3 center backs, so we can confuse them having 2 strikers and that guy that sits behind them. My goal is if I got those guys sitting in, the screen went away, but this should work. This is the only thing I can think of to do that should work. Come on! I mean, our XP is now soaring. But is it too little too late? Even getting a draw here would be good. It would maintain the status quo between us. Thank you, Maldini. Let's go. We're going to keep this up, pressure on. I think we can really, really hurt them. They're exhausted. And so are we, but I think we're a better team. We can push this through. Look at our XG just soaring. We're getting all the highlights now. This tactical change was really, really good. I just wish I did it earlier. Now, what will not be good is if they catch us on the break like this. Oh my god, you just passed it to them. Ten shots, 4 on target, a 1-0 XG. Do I have any more subs? I got one more sub. I can bring in Aristotanio. Or Bell. Let's bring in Bell. Really gonna push. We can get a goal here. They've got a CM. See, we're just winning the ball. We're winning the midfield very handily. That's a great ball. Oh. K-Slayer, you did so well in the beginning of the season and last year. You've just been silent since January. Great ball to Maldini. And he gets a second one. He gets a brace. We're 2-1 up. Let's go, boys. I'm going to keep the gas pedal on. I'm not stopping this. It's 1-4 XG. We are totally dominating them right now. And we just need to keep this up. I'm literally not going to let off. We're just going to go balls to the wall for the rest of the game. I might regret that here, but I don't care. Great block. Politano with a corner. And that was almost a goal too, but it's blocked. Cavalieri clears. We need to push. We need one more. We can probably get one more. No, they just switched up to a 4-2-3-1. They put Yoshida into the center mid role and they brought in Ake. But we should be here. And Lazio are going to drop points to Fiorentina, it looks like. We got 4 minutes of added time. If we can hold on to this, get our 6 points. This is crucial in our hopes of holding on to 4th place. 1 more minute. Maldini came through with that brace. Titat's going to boot it way forward. We're hoping the ref will call it here, but he won't. They're on the attack, and Dika clears the ball. Yoshida's going to pick that up again. This is not the right decision to be going balls to the wall right now with the way they changed the formation, but I'm just hoping I can get through it. Come on, boys. 20 seconds. Boots the ball way up the field. Ref, blow the goddamn whistle, ref. What an amazing comeback by us. And literally it goes all the way down to that brilliant tactical change of going to the narrow formation. I don't know why I didn't recognize that earlier, but this direct arrowhead spear worked. And I'm extremely elated. Let's freaking go. And Lazio dropped points. So in 22 games played, we're sitting on 45. Lazio's on 38. Fiorentina now slots up because Napoli have not been doing so, and they're on 36. So we are now 7 points clear from 5th place. Just like that, we were down in the dumps. We've been able to turn this around, and now we're on the positive upswing, which is really good. And Inter Milan almost dropped points, too. This is huge. We are still able to be in the Champions League with a 4th place finish. We just have to hope we can hold on. We have 7 points. And we did the business where we needed to do it. That was absolutely critical. Level of spirit in the locker room, as well as a great tactical change by me, the coach. You only had 35% position, became way with the win. It worked. Can you talk about your reaction to Maldini's late goal? I was delighted. It was what we deserved. I'm very happy that we don't get cards. Woo! Man, that was a great run right there. Now I've got the end of the window that happened too. Coming up. Well, no, it hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen here. And to be honest with you, I don't know what we're going to buy. I don't think we're going to buy anything. We're going to return Devine. He's not going to play with us next year. We need to open up the non-EU slots. Same thing with Bell. Cavalleri's not really been improving a whole lot. Cancellieri's kind of taking a dive. That's annoying. And he's something I could buy now. Juventus win, Sassuolo win. We got to find out how to spend this money on the transfers before we lose it next year, because we're not going to get it back. Can't sell our goalkeeper. Okay, let's go back to... some of this. Okay, well now I know what they want. They want a fuck ton of money. He's not going to want to talk to us after the contract breakdown. We're going to try it anyway. He's got him to full knowledge. Scout him as well. I don't know if we're gonna splurge on the German. We should probably bring in this kid, but he's gonna take up a 90U slot though. That's the problem with him as well. How many times do I got to do this shit? It's so frustrating. These agents are a pain in the ass. We're gonna try that one more time. Twisted knee, 5 to 8 days. We can live with that. So we got Empoli, followed by Atalanta. So Lazio draw, that's huge. They're going to drop points. This is another opportunity for us to further get ahead of people. And Fiorentina lost to Inter Milan, so that's also good for us as well. So they rank him as high as Borello. I should have offered less money. I knew that. Fuck me. Beggars can't be choosers, though. That might solve my goalkeeping problem. Okay, fine. You want to be backup? Be a backup. I got no problems with any of this. Oh. I tried to convince Guido. We'll see if that works. That's actually money well spent at the end of the day, because I don't know where else I'm going to spend it. And that plugs the hole of needing a goalkeeper. Like a long-term goalkeeper, right? That would be huge. I just hope my scout wasn't dumb. Who scouted him? Nitty scouted him, and Nitty's not a complete dumbass, so... Fairly professional, enthusiastic goalkeeper. He does argue with officials, though. Maybe we can beat that out of him. So I plan to keep it that way. No comment. If we spend the money now and we do lessen wage, that's probably not a bad idea. Although having the wage would be nice because then we have at least we move the budget. I don't know. I'm like kind of torn. I don't really want to play with Luca either. So the fact that didn't work out, the fact that we can snap up the youngster, I think that's not a bad move overall. And he's Italian too, so that helps. Milan win 3-2. Roma win. Torino win. Now, here's the question. Can Milan win the cup, win the league? Because Juventus have been winning the Serie A the entire time we played the save, and we're in the year 2026 now. Why does it always disappear when I click on it? It so doesn't make any sense. Let's go by artist. Come on. Let's go to this one. Now we're going to wait for the window to wrap up here. We're going to try to get that youngster and spend our cash because we're not going to get it back next year. I'm not going to take part because I don't want to risk losing some players. We've already made our bid for the youngster. He either joins or he doesn't join. And Delamere is not for loan. Porto made an offer for this kid, the Croatian, but we've got our sights set on the Italian from Fiorentina. We just gotta hope we can bring him in. Adjust the budget. There we go. And so he will come in, and we've got a signing from the summer window. Record signing achievement unlocked. We're going to train you to be a goalkeeper at double intensity. And now that you're here, Borello compared to Guido. Very similar, not as good at shot stopping as Borello and not as good in distribution. We can probably fix that. But Borello's worth way too much money. We're gonna hope we can develop him. So Borello, you go away. No longer being used. You are now in the squad and in the club. Now to go to our financials, we have no money. Literally, we have no money. We've got 7 million in payroll head. Improve the youth recruitment. So we can add a sports scientist. That's all we can really do for now. So we spent some big money on a prospective goalkeeper. Probably not the smartest decision that we'll ever do, but That's what we're doing. Dortmund have made an offer of 23 million to go to for Wisdom. And he will probably move, which means we won't be able to pick him up, but he wasn't going to be that great of a guy anyway. And they sign Wisdom, so he goes to the Bundesliga. Spezia signed Rodrigo. Oh my god. The board's lack of ambition is super frustrating. He's at Liverpool, we know that now. I'm gonna keep tabs on his career because I'm just curious. Latest score because they haven't actually finished their game yet. Okay. Mauricio is injured. Got a lot of injuries. When is he coming back? 2 to 3 more days. He's out for 2 to 5 days. Man, poor Borello. He was here. We were trying to raise him up for Man United and for Italy as a whole, but now we've got somebody to compete against him, which is Gino. We got Empoli, Atalanta, Roma in the cup, followed by Monza. So, and then we got to play Lazio too, which will be good. Empoli are way the hell down there, so because of that, I kind of want to play the kid now. That's the thing, we just spent a bunch of money on him, so like if he's gonna reach his potential, we have to play him. So we got to keep playing Bove, so because we need to actually sign him. And we're running out of games now to do that. Gutierrez comes back in. Dest can stay in. Diaz is not fully fit, but we'll bring him in as a sub. Cavallari can play with Divina actually like this. And that should be good enough. And you, sir, will get the number 90. Let's see what this youngster can do in front of goal. Destin the ball, Scalvini to Bove. Cavalieri goes back to the keeper, who boots it way up there for Raimondo. Finds Maldini. Come on. Plenty of... Oh! Devine. We're probably not bringing Devine or Bell back on loan next year because we're going to try to use those 90U slots for other players. Dest, I want to keep on loan. Catch the area with a header. And that's some good bit of business there. Scalvini with the flick on. Cancellieri at the far post. We're up by 1. Indica's another one we should probably keep on loan too. Because I don't know if I have really any money next year to buy another defender. And he's played well, so we can get him back on loan. Pinged up to Raimondo, Bove. Run by Devine through the middle. And Cancellieri gets the side netting. Dest to Scalvini. Oh, great ball to Cancellieri. Maldini! Oh. Shame. Were you playing like full highlights or something? No, we're on extended. Devine. Back to Indica. Maldini was definitely going to be offside. Okay, we get the throw in though. Gutierrez to Cavalieri. And stolen. Great Bove. Devine goes for goal. Puts it into row 18. Right idea, just didn't hit it right. And once again, the highlight's going to start here from this bottom corner from this throw-in. And Raimondo doesn't do a good job either with his finish. Dest looking for Raimondo. Maldini picks it up from the defender clearance. Still on the ball. Cavalieri was trying to slot that into the top corner. Going to be a corner kick. Indica looking to try to tower up there for a header. Raimondo, Cavalieri finds Cancellieri. Devine is free, and I get so excited that I remember that Devine just doesn't do well sometimes on finishing. That's not what he's good at. Which is unfortunate. So far, the goalkeeper that we just signed, the 19-year-old, has only been tested once. Cavalieri's got all the time in the world there, and he skies it. We'd love to see him do that crazy volley strike he did earlier. 2 games ago. Favili's going to go off with an injury. Corner, not a corner, sorry, a free kick. It was basically a corner. 17 shots, 8 on target, a 2 XG with only 1 goal, though. We should definitely be getting a second goal here. Really no excuses. Big through ball to Raimondo, and he goes across the face of goal and can't seem to score. It wasn't too long ago, he got 4 goals in a game. Maldini. Scalvini is going to get on the score sheet with a beautiful header. The defender backing up into the middle there and able to be picked out by the crossing player. Beautiful header. We go up 2-0. That's good. We want to be 2-0 up at half. Now remember, Empoli's down in the dumps. They're second to last in the league. They're in the bottom 3. They're terrible. So we should comfortably win this. Venuti. Cleared, moved forward. Raimondo back to Maldini. Maldini looking to move on. Dribbles, beats his man. Surges forward, goes for goal and glory on his own with his right foot from outside the left area, and the goalkeeper turns it round. Come on. And that was, yeah, way offside. Napoli beating Bologna. So that's not surprising. We look pretty good with the 3 minutes added in the second, or sorry, at the end of the first half, going into the second half. Players are a bit tired, but very pleased. We created loads. We're doing well. Let's keep it up. Dest back to Scalvini. It's important that we put our foot on the gas in terms of gaining points in the league right now. We've got a bit of a cushion. And we got to maintain that cushion going into the end of the season, because this schedule gets really difficult at the very end. We're going to play Milan, Juve, and Roma at the back end of the season. Marzucchi, Mr. Guido. I love the name, too. And he's a long-term prospect. He may actually stay with us for the rest of the save, assuming he doesn't get poached by somebody else. Because if he actually lives up to that potential of even 4 stars, I've never even had a 4-star goalkeeper. So even if he peters out and is only a 4-star keeper, that is still a world of class above what Titas or anybody else that we've had up to this point is. Not bad. We're going to start thinking about substitutions. I think we'll pull off both Cancellieri and Raimondo. Let Diaz play up front, because we've been making him play as a winger for quite a while. Oh, dude, and that's also another almost opportunity. Bring Bell in over there on that left side as an inside forward. Let Diaz play up front. We've been pushing him out wide for most of the season. Feel kind of bad. And Rodriguez moved off the field here. Except he's actually not off the field, which is kind of strange. And then he immediately heals himself and yeets himself into the middle of the park. So I don't really understand what happened there graphically. 3-0 XG, 29 shots, 13 on target. What I would love to do if I could have some folks that were really good at finishing the ball. Only 3 shots, none on target. So Guido, the new goalkeeper signing, basically did nothing all game, which is a good thing. And he got playing time. And then one thing we can do here now is move this up, move Emmanuel in here, and then make Bove another ball winner here. So we've got 2 of them in the middle of the park. And this game was never in doubt that we would win. I just kind of wish we'd won by more, considering our XG. But I'll take the win regardless. And almost getting a goal there. 77 minutes played. Goalkeeper sends it off to the defenders. Big ball from Bell that the intended target Cancellieri did not get to it. He's exhausted. Running down that right side with the ball. Left foot cross to Bell. Heads it wide. 33 shots, 14 on target. Dest finding Bove, finding Cancellieri. Back to Bove. Back to the defender, to the other defender, to the other ball winner, and then all the way over to Bell out there on the left side. Cavalieri surges forward, finds Bell again. Gutierrez going for a swing. A rare opportunity for him to try to shoot a goal. It was a half-assed effort, though. This thing always closes when I try to change it, and it's really frustrating because I don't understand why. Like, this shouldn't be so complicated of a task for the computer. Three minutes of added time. We're going to win this hopefully comfortably 2-0. Bove was going for a really long shot. The defender was able to block it. Goalkeeper hits it forward to Diaz. Couldn't win the header. Back to Rodriguez on the opposition side for Empoli. They search forward one last time. Dest intercepts the ball. 20 seconds left. And we are hoping that the ref will blow the whistle here and end the match. Hopefully with a clearance of some kind by us, we'll be fine. Maybe not. There we go. And that is full time. We will take that to the bank and cash it. I'm very happy with the results. Good job, boys. And so for 23 games played, Napoli win. Atalanta get thrashed by Juventus. So at the top of the table, Juve's got 61 points. Milan have 60. But it's an 8-point drop to Inter at 52. And we're pretty neck and neck with them. We're on 48, right? So we're only 4 points off the pace from third. And now we've widened our gap to 9 points over fifth place, which is super, super, super important. We got to keep that because like I said, we have 3 games at the end of the season that we might all lose. So Marzucchi makes a shutout on the Palermo debut. It's a smart piece of business, says Andrea Pirlo. Who's he coaching? Oh, he's coaching Empoli. That's why they suck. JK, I love Pirlo, but I don't like him as a coach. I love Pirlo. He's a great guy. He just, you know, the whole thing with Juventus was a disaster with him being a coach. I don't think he was just cut out for it. And it's not surprising that virtually in Football Manager, he's at Empoli, who's at the bottom of the table. Now, this is what I want to highlight the most, okay? We've been in Serie A for, this is our 3rd season in a row now. Frosinone were not here before. Okay? We're in 4th place. And my freaking wage budget is 20 million. My wage budget is 20 million. I am the lowest wage budget. Venezia, Monza, Frosinone, Empoli, Parma, they all have way more wage budget than I do, and I've been outperforming all of them for several years now. I'm really frustrated with Football Manager and the way they've played this out with Palermo and some of the lower league teams is like, come on, like, yeah, we were in Serie C, but Palermo's a pretty big name, all things considered. We've been doing really well in the top flight, but like, no matter what we do, the board will not give me more money. I mean, it's horrendous. Right? This is incredible. Like, who are we playing against? Lazio, 100 million. 5 times my wage budget, and I'm in front of them. Roma, they're in 12th place, and they have 6 times my wage budget. 7 times my wage budget, actually, right? Napoli, same thing. Milan, they're really good. So actually, in terms of value, Milan are doing really well after us. And then Juve up at 297 and Inter paying all that money, and they're still only 4 points in front of us. Incredible. He was excellent. The new signing, the 19-year-old, was absolutely excellent. And so that game is done and dusted. We've got Atalanta coming up next, and they're in 10th place currently. Team registration. I don't need to register him. He's a U22. I don't think I need to change anything here. What did we promise him? Yeah, his minimum fee did not get met, though. That's the thing. Raimondo is still 21 years old. I keep forgetting that he's still very young. Okay. Laverbe I don't have to register because he's no longer with the club. So the ones that are not checked, Laverbe, Diurno, so this guy and this guy I can't register, and that guy can't register. Everybody else is registered, and I can actually put them in. We will confirm that. And lock all that in. Wow, so we exceeded the Paulo Dybala was the last major transfer for Palermo. That sort of makes sense. 16 million, we doubled it. Talk about inflation. That's really what it is. I offered you for loan, buddy. I don't really need him anymore, so I'm okay with this. It's a good day to bring in the youngster. Wait, he's 18? But he was 19. The fact that he's 18 is also huge because he will hit the 3 years homegrown at club potentially. I probably could have got him for 20 mil. I understand that, but I don't care. Could he become like Baldini? He's actually a head coach at Lecce right now. Interesting. So we're very good. Very happy with that. It was a good way to spend the money. I think. We'll see. We will definitely see. He's got 18 of 30, so we got to keep playing him. I can't believe your ambition is infectious, and we're therefore happy to reconsider. I will say, at least they like the youth recruitment network. So now we went from excellent to exceptional youth recruitment. So that's good. That's the one positive. We have no money, but we got great youth recruitment. You know, I'll take that. Well, that's good. Riccardi is not upset anymore. Let's look at the financial damage. Our balance went down quite a bit. We just spent a bunch of money. $8 million in transfer debt we're waiting to use. That's fine. Move him to the senior squad and then make him available for the U20s for 90 minutes. Leave him as a winger on support. I mean, Diaz is not for sale. So we got Atalanta followed by Coppa Italia quarterfinal Roma, which we don't really care about, but it is still interesting. Yeah, boring press conference. What can I say? We're gonna try to stop Origi, that's for sure. So Mr. Di Napoli. Napoli gonna play Sassuolo. Levo Luca is no longer considered a good player because he just sat on the bench for 3 years. I think we're gonna skip on him. We have no money anyway. Napoli crushed Sassuolo 4-0, unlike well, we couldn't do that. But also they just lost Raspadori to Inter in the January window, so it's not really fair. I think we're going to end this on the Atalanta game here, and then we'll pick it up next time with the Coppa Italia game. Here's the question. Do we gamble and throw in the youngster in goal? I think we do. I think we do. Unless we throw him in for the Monza game. We'll throw him in on the Monza game, and that way Titas gets 2 games back-to-back, so he's good for the cup game. Milan win, Inter Milan win. We gotta win. Napoli won, so we gotta win to maintain our capabilities here in terms of where we are in the table with our cushion. So Titas is gonna go back in. Let's let Diaz lead the line. He has not been really doing well in training. And we'll throw Bell in here as inside forward. And then Aristotanio is fit, so we'll throw him in. And then we're going to throw in the... we need Bove in there. Nicolo is back. We'll play him for a little bit. Let's let him have some playing time, and then we'll bring him off at half for Devine. Try to do a little bit of squad rotation, knowing that we got the Roma game up next, which we don't really care about, but I would like to at least make some extra money by trying to win that. We'll bring on Fiordalicio probably for Dest. Give him some rest so he doesn't play the full match. Encourage the team. Let's see what we can do. We need to get 3 points here. It's raining too. Not great because it's raining. Nicolo, pick up Bove. Oh, great ball to Risatanio, and then he slots it with his right foot, and he's wide of the post and wide of the goal. Almost getting an early lead there. Diaz dispatched there, but it was the intended target. Origi is just out. Want you to man mark him. He's always been a problem. Now, how that was kept on side and how he missed that is incredible. Romagnoli gets a yellow. We've got 2 shots to their 4. We have a lower XG. Galvini looking for... I'm not even sure what that was. Through ball to Risatanio. Finding Diaz in the middle, back to Dest, who crossed it. Bell with a header, but Musso picks that up. Good old Musso. I haven't seen Romagnoli's name in a long time. Used to be a so-called Italian Wonderkid, past versions of Football Manager 10 years ago. Never really lived up to that bill of sale, both in real life as well as in the game. Dicker gets a yellow. Nicolo. Whoa, Musso able to turn that round. And he hustles to get to that corner kick. 36 minutes in. And we're not looking very dangerous. I don't really see any flaws or obvious glaring issues, tactically speaking, but we're just not doing well. Cavallari finds Dest. Back to the youngster, Bove, Nicolo, Gutierrez. Not sure what he was trying to do there with Bell. A great run by Bell, and he slots that one home. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. Let's send the boys back out. We got our goal before halftime. We needed that. Come on. We need these points. I would like to get one more goal. We're going to sub off Dest for Fiordalicio. Then Prello, we're going to take off Nicolo as well. Burn Cavallari down. And that was almost an immediate response after the halftime. Go ahead and make that change in midfield as well. Where is Devine? Run that. Pedrinho. Tita's gonna hold the ball. We're gonna make our subs in the 62nd minute here. We got two of them. He's gonna make sure he man marks, what's his name? They make 3 on the trot in the 70th minute. Really hate when we hold on to these like 1-0 leads. It's very nerve-wracking. Because at any moment this can change, and there's not a lot of time left to make a difference. Tactically speaking, to make up for it. If it doesn't go our way. Let's tell these guys to focus. Diaz. Look up, Diaz. You got plenty of people there. Aristitanio finding Diaz again, and that goes for a corner. They're demotivated because I told them to focus, but they need to focus. And Indica... still sitting on that yellow card. Devine, Aristitanio to Diaz. He's free. We couldn't put it away. That would have gave us the win. Beyond a doubt. We're going to get another corner here. Devine gonna run out and scoop that back up at the sideline. Waiting for my shout to go through. And actually, as a last-minute change, who scored that? Bell scored that one. So we'll put Delamure in for the ball-playing defender. Give him a break. Bell gets a brace. How old is he? 22, yeah. Not really going to improve anymore, and he's no longer unregisterable, and he fills up a slot. So we're going to have to find a different person for next year. Bode, Diaz, Devine. All right. Aristotano didn't even attempt to go for that ball. Diaz to Aristotano, who's way out there. One-on-one with the keeper, Musso, and Musso is able to turn that away. Aristotano. Looking pretty good. He's got the ball again. Dribbles up. Not sure who that was intended for. He probably doesn't even know himself. 2 goals, 3 minutes remaining of extra time. We're going to get another 3 points here. Great way to end the stream on 3 hours with a win. And we are officially not only staying in 4th place, but now we've got quite a bit of a buffer, which we absolutely need because the last 3 games of the season are going to be really bad for us. Very, very, very happy with that win. So 24 games played, we have 51 points. We are 9 points clear of 5th place. We are 4 points away from 3rd place, Inter Milan. Juventus still have not played their game yet, so they'll probably still go top. Woo! I was pleased. With the results, and so we will start off next stream with the Coppa Italia game against AS Roma. Yeah, our balance kind of fell down a bit. We spent our money. But I am okay with that. Should be money well spent. We're gonna get through Sunday, get into Monday, and then call it. I want to see that last game come through. Training calendars have already been set. Juventus beat Monza 1-0. Fiorentina win. Empoli win. Surprisingly, and Lazio drop points. So now it's 39, 40, 42. Roma still stuck in 9th place. Along with Atalanta. In terms of our schedule, You know, we started off the stream with an L. We lost to Sassuolo. Thumped Frosinone in the Coppa Italia third round. Beat Bologna, beat Napoli, and then beat Empoli and Atalanta. Absolutely incredible run. Puts us in a solid position to retain fourth place. Coming on the back end, we got the Europa League knockout round. Opponents unknown here. We're going to play Roma in the quarterfinal, but then we've got two easy games we should win points with, which is Monza and Venezia. We have to do the business with Lazio at home, so we need these three to all go green and be wins. Torino, we should be able to dispatch. Inter, it'd be nice to win that, but we'll probably end up losing because that's away. And then in the back end of the season, we're going to have Milan, Juve, Roma. And this is why we need to have that 9-point buffer here, because I doubt we're going to be able to get any points from these two games at the end. Right? And then we also have the ability to do the business against Fiorentina. So we took away points from Napoli. We got to take points away from Lazio. And we have to take points away from Fiorentina here. And if we do that, and we don't slip up on some of these easier games like Monza, Venezia, and Torino, and we do that, we should be in really, really good shape to be getting Champions League football next year for season number 6, which would be fantastic. Right, because we're on 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on our 5th season, so we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna hit the save button. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching and hanging out. It is Friday. I hope you enjoy your weekend. We will be back on Monday with a stream. We stream Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays for Football Manager. It's on the schedule. Check it out. Join the Discord. If you missed any of the prior streams, they're on our YouTube page. This will go up sometime this weekend along with the stream from Monday. Thank you all. We're going to sign off here.